Good morning, BC. Weird old Uncle Doompaul here again. Today's going to be an all metal update. Pretty excited about that. Love me some metal. Um, yeah, mostly been doing prog and stuff like that lately, mostly because I haven't been coming across a lot of metal. But fortunately, past couple weeks I actually have come across some, which pleases me to no end, and I'm sure will please you to no end as well. Um, let's get started. So the first one I got is it's a 12-inch, and I don't usually collect 12 inches because I don't really care. I'd rather have a full album, have the full experience of a body of work. But this one just sort of came through my local record store, and it was just a couple bucks, and figured I'll give it a shot. Shock Paris, Go Down Fighting on the IRS label, and it's recommended here by the PTL, and that's Play This Loud Club. Yes, that's real. So originally I thought Shock Paris, not knowing anything about them, was I figured them to be sort of an LA glam band, just the way they spelled shock, S-H-O-K. And boy, was I wrong. This thing, it's actually only one song, and it's on a promo white label and whatever. Quite a bit of fantastic involved. Look out, kitty! Get away from the records. Kitties and records do not mix. They tend to pee, and I don't like that. Anyway, this was pretty surprising. I put this on, and I was like, I was sort of expecting a sort of an LA glam thing. I wasn't expecting much, and boy was I surprised. So I'm going to be looking out for their full length. This is 87, and I guess they've gone. I guess they're still together. I don't know. I haven't done too much more research into them. A friend of mine showed the full record the other day on the Facebooks, and I listened to the full length for this, which I forget the name of it right now. And boy, was I impressed. So yeah, kind of cool to find a promo copy of this with the sticker on it on the old IRS label. So yeah, Shock Paris, give him a shot. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. The second one. Now, here's the deal about the second one. I am not the biggest extreme metal fan. Death metal doesn't do a ton for me. I tend to find it a bit repetitive and sort of wankery for wankery's sake. And I know that's going to piss a lot of people off, but that's where I'm at. I'm sure times will change that over time, but cheers. This is a Skeleton Witch, Forever Abomination, and I got this in a trade for some comics like a couple of years ago. I never actually listened to it all that much, and it's got this fly, gatefold. I don't know how well you can see that, but with some pretty rad art. You got that there, and the record here on the back, and it's Skeleton Witch on prosthetic. So I don't know if this is a reissue. I think it's 2011. This came out. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of extreme metal, and that was the best description I could get for it. It doesn't seem to be death so much. It's just sort of But here's the deal. It's got a lot of layers to it. The more you listen to it, the more things are actually going on, and it's I found myself really enjoying it. I was quite surprised. A lot of times with sort of the extreme, if I say that one more time, you can sock me in the eye. Um, Extreme metal that it bores me. This doesn't. This is really, it's like you can tell a lot of work was put into this, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's, it's traditionally, songs like "I'm Gonna Skin Your Head" and stuff like that, and which that's fine. It's metal. If you didn't have songs like "I'm Gonna Eat Your Ear," then it wouldn't be metal. Um, I don't think they'll be singing about the loveliness of a daisy anytime soon, but that's fine. But that has that place too. Um, yeah, I really dig it, and I've missed opportunities to see these guys live quite a few times, which is sad because I hear the old lead singer had this rad upside down cross mic stand made out of bones and stuff like that. And I hear they put on a hell of a show. So next time they swing around, I'm definitely gonna get my old lazy ass out to see them. But I really enjoyed this record. And I'm hearing some good stuff about the earlier stuff. They go through a lot of lineup changes, these guys, I guess, for whatever reason. And I think they've gone through like 3 vocalists now. And I'm not sure which one is on this one, but he's good. It's what you expect. But I dug it. So Skeleton Witch, Forever Abomination. Next, I picked up at my local record store, Record World. And this is probably the closest I own to a record that is a recent release. Encephalium, One Man Army. And let's put that up there because that's pretty cool. Folk Viking metal. There's this. There's all those guys. Which are all these guys you totally would want to hang out with. Come over, have some brunch, kill your neighbors, that kind of stuff. And, oh, well, that's a better picture of them. And, here's the deal with folk Viking music. And, correct me in the comments below if I'm inaccurately describing this. But, as folk Viking, but I that's just what I'm calling it because it reminds me a lot of like Enslaved, Issa, but it's got a combination of clean, it's got a combination of death metal vocals, it's got a combination of choruses, all just and it blends so well that everything I hate about death metal, this thing takes away from. There's just, it hops all over the place and it keeps you interested and you're like, yeah. And there's choruses where your fist is up in the air and you're throwing the horns and it's just well written stuff. And the songs are about battle, which is what metal should be. Metal is battle, and boy, there's a lot of interesting instruments on here. There's stuff that you would find in a prog record just as much as you would a metal record. And it's definitely that whole folk thing that just keeps me just absolutely enthralled. And I've listened to this record quite a few times now. I was just listening with it to my wife, and she has excellent taste. And, she was like, well, this is pretty fantastic. And I had to agree. Just a great record, so. Encephalium. Probably not saying it right, but I don't do my research, so. Encephalium, that's what you're called now. If you have a problem with that, you can come over and have brunch. Alright, so, the final record. Oh, and let me show you the inserts to it, I guess. It's nothing much but lyric sheets here. You'd figure, if you're gonna go through all the work of having like these neat insert sheets, you do a little bit more than just put the lyrics. But I guess it is nice to have the lyrics. wasn't sure. You know, a lot of this is not in English, or some of it's not in English, and that doesn't detract from the record at all. In fact, I think it adds a touch of authenticity that you want. You know, like I said, a lot of these genres, I don't know what to talk about because it's just, you know, I just don't know. I'm not the most knowledgeable cat about this stuff, but I know what I like, and I like this record. This is my pick of record of the right this second. Okay, the last one I came across yesterday in my local record store, and boy, was I excited! It's a original Roadrunner press here of King Diamond's Final Portrait, and boy, do I love King Diamond. I actually there's the man right there. Boy, do I love King Diamond. And here's the insert sheet, all the lyrics. Yeah, so Fatal Portrait. Always been such a big Merciful Fate fan. Absolutely. And let's see here. Roadrunner label. King Diamond is an acquired taste. I know a lot of people who don't like him, just because, you know, his constant falsetto and his theatrics a la Alice Cooper and everything else, and that puts some people off. I think it's the most fantastic thing in the world, just absolutely. King Diamond is amazing. I love his falsetto. I love his vocals. I love what he does. And you know, I was playing some Merciful Fate versus King Diamond this morning, just to sort of get a feeling for what the differences were. Because to be honest with you, for the longest time, I sort of put off buying any King Diamond or listening to any King Diamond because I was like, nothing could ever top Merciful Fate. Nothing. You know, nuns have no fun. Come on, I'll give them hell. It never fails. That's metal for me. And I know when he switched over, sort of, I think it was just the guitarist that they switched out when they went to changed their moniker to King Diamond. For some reason, it was well, I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point, but whatever. But I listened to them side by side, and everything seemed a lot brighter, just recording-wise, with King Diamond than it did with Merciful Fate. Merciful Fate was sort of murky, and which absolutely added a lot to it. Yeah, I don't know. But the King Diamond stuff seems a lot brighter, and the addition of the guitarist Zach De La Rocha, I think, is not. I'm terrible with names because I'm old. Andy LaRocque. Boy, he's fantastic. Just an absolutely fantastic metal record. There is, you know, there's no genres to put this in. There's no. This is just a metal record. Just a true metal record, and it's fantastic. I love King Diamond. I think, you know, I'm gonna go and get his whole collection now. Absolutely. But I was really, really happy to find this original press. Made me happy. So yeah, so I'm doing a lot of metal today, and that makes me happy. I'm in a metal mood, which is always a good thing. I get stuck in other moods sometimes, like prog, and that's introspective and depressing at times. Metal, on the other hand, is uplifting and strong and powerful, and it's awesome. So, anyway, I have been blathering on now for 14 minutes, so if you stuck it out to here, here's to you. Enjoying watching your videos, enjoying watching everything. Comment below, tell your friends. No, I don't care. Whatever. In fact, I'm consistently losing subscribers, and I'm okay with that. You know, if you're not happy with me, then I understand. Anyway, so I hope I hope all is going well with you, my brothers and sisters in the VC. And, yeah, peace out.